Want to find out how to get the best cars in Cyberpunk 2077, how to test drive them, and how to actually make sure you get the car you want? Well, today I'm going to show you guys a couple tricks on how to make sure you get vehicles fast, super, and easy. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This is G of LaserBolt, and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look on how to get vehicles in Cyberpunk 2077 and how to get these vehicles fast and having to get them without having to worry about you actually spending too many eddies. So in Cyberpunk 2077, there is a time in the game where you're going to be without a vehicle, and the only means of transportation are going to be your 2 feet. And this is a bit of a problem when the map is this huge and you don't know where to go and where to find it. Now, before we dive in and talk about it, though, I do want to remind you guys, don't forget to drop a like and drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel so you guys won't miss when our Cyberpunk videos go live. Join our Discord server. And without further ado, let's jump into the video on how to actually get these kind of cars. So, there are some really fancy cars. There's nomad cars. There's really awesome bikes. But how do you go about actually getting these bikes, right? So, there's multiple ways that the game actually gives you in order to be able to obtain a car. Now, like I said, there's going to be a time in the game, when you start the game, you're going to be given a car, you're going to roam around the city, but there's going to come a time in the game where you're not going to have a car. And your only option to actually get a car is by doing the jobs that are going to be listed in your journal. Now in your journal, you're going to have a thing called rides. Now, these particular rides are going to be vehicles that you're going to be able to purchase without you having to do anything. So basically, if I look at my first car that I want to pick up here, it's going to cost me 13K. Now, if I look at my Miami one, it's going to cost me 14K. Now, if you guys look at the money that I have right now, I have 20 grand. So if I spend 13K or 14K on a vehicle, I'm going to be very short on money when it comes to buying mods, buying weapons, buying clothes, or buying anything that I want to buy that's going to actually be a little bit more beneficial to my playthrough, as opposed to purchasing a vehicle. And this might be a mistake that some of you guys might make early in the game. You might decide to purchase a car as opposed to keeping the money. And that's why you guys are watching this video, because you want to avoid having to buy a car unless you want to buy that car and you're 100% sure that that's the car you want. So let's talk about the multiple ways you're actually going to be able to do that. Well, in order for you guys to be able to do this, if you guys are roaming around the streets and you guys find a vehicle that you feel like, oh man, this car looks pretty dope and I want to use this car, and someone's in the vehicle, you're going to be able to kind of carjack someone, right? So you're going to be able to walk up to the car and steal the car. But there is a caveat to that, because the game is going to tell you, in order for you guys to be able to steal this car, your body attribute has to be a certain level. So in order for you guys to be able to steal the car, your body attribute has to be a certain level. So you're not going to be able to steal the car off an individual without your body level being a certain level. Now, this is going to be dependent on the vehicle you decide to steal. So there's going to be certain vehicles that are going to require certain higher attributes, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But if you're trying to carjack someone like GTA 5, your body's going to have to be a certain level. Now, you're going to be like, okay, well, I can't carjack someone because I don't have enough attribute points on that one. What's the other option that I'm able to get a car? Well, if you guys find a parked vehicle, depending on your level, there's going to be certain vehicles that you're going to be able to get and steal with the car being parked. Like if it's just statically there randomly without doing nothing, you'll be able to carjack this vehicle without a problem. Now, there is going to become a point where there's going to be a car that you're going to want to probably carjack that's parked in the road, and you're not going to be able to do it because you need to have enough technical ability at a certain level in order to be able to steal it. I think for bodies, the tier is 8, and for technical is 7. So if you want to steal a parked car, you're also not going to be able to do it unless the car is the same level as you are. Now, the question becomes is, how can I get vehicles if I'm kind of being hindered here by my attribute points? Well, if you go to your map, you're going to notice that in the map, there's going to be icons that have a little baseball bat. Now, these little icons with the baseball bat are pretty much NCP's information, or the police, Cyberpunk police, telling you there's crime activity here, there's a street gang here. If you guys could go and clear this street gang, neutralize them, and that would be dope. The majority of the time, these icons always have vehicles parked outside. Depending on the gang, it's going to have vehicles parked outside because the gang members had to roll in with them vehicles in order to chill. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this area, kill the ads like you're watching here. I'm clearing out the whole enemy here. Clear the enemy, and you're going to be able to find the parked vehicle. Now, if you guys are seeing how easy I am going through these and killing these guys, is because my hand cannon build, my gunslinger build is pretty dope. So we're going to be definitely putting that build up for you guys, so you guys can definitely check it out. What you're going to do is clear everybody, and then once you clear everybody, all you got to do is look for the parked vehicles, and you'll be able to get on the vehicle and take off with it. As you guys notice right here on this bike, I'm just able to hop on it and take off with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to an area where I believe there's going to be very expensive vehicles, because as you guys know, the map is subdivided by different factions. So you have the Valentinos. If you guys are looking for a G-Ride, you can go there. If you have the Chinese district, which is going to have some really cool, awesome bikes, which is where I was at. You're also going to have the like more expensive area where there's going to be more like mansions and stuff like that, where it's just like Waywood. And you're going to want to go there and get a vehicle you want. So I'm going to go to this location right here, and I'm going to try to look for a really cool car, and you know, a car that I want to steal that I feel like, okay, that car looks pretty dope. So as you guys see here, we found this like Ferrari looking car. Let's go ahead and get this car. So how do you go about picking up this vehicle? Well, in order for you guys to get this vehicle without having to have your attributes or having your tech points, what you want to do is you're going to want to take out your gun, and you're going to want to shoot the window. Don't shoot the passenger, shoot the window. The reason why you want to do it this way is because if you actually shoot the passenger, you're going to call the cops. I'm going to show you guys what happens when you shoot someone a little bit further in, but this is a very good way, because if you shoot the window, the person will get scared, will freak out, will get out of the car, and once he's out of the car, you're able to hop on this car and drive off with it. Now, the cool thing about this is that you're able to test out the car. If you like the car, you can keep a reference of this car and be like, you know, whenever this car comes out for sale, I'm going to go to a dealership, or I'm going to go to a, you know, location and buy the vehicle. Now, if for some reason you're in a situation where you got to shoot someone, you need a car fast, this is what tends to happen when you shoot someone and they're inside the vehicle. When you shoot them, there's going to be a little diamond, a little star icon that appears on your mini map showing that the sheriffs, the police are after you, and you got to get away. To get away, it's super duper easy in this game, guys. It doesn't take a lot of skills. It's all about you just driving. You know, I think if you drive like 4 miles away, I guess in game sense, yeah, you're going to be able to get away from the cops, and you'll see the little star slowly disappear. First, your screen turns red, and then you're going to see it turn blue, and then after that, the star will start disappearing, and you don't have to worry about the cops, and the vehicle is yours. Now, will these vehicles be in my inventory? Do I have to go park it at a garage? Do I have to put them somewhere in order to be able to keep these cars? I think they made it like this in a sense because they wanted you to actually use your money. So you can't, if you steal a car, if you get a car, you can't theoretically keep the car. You could only use it for that play session or the time you're using the vehicle. Now, if you actually want to get a car, you're going to definitely have to purchase it, guys. Now, if you want to find out a fast way to get eddies or get money in this game, I do have a video on that. So you want to start up stacking up money so you can have enough money to purchase that car. Make sure you guys watch that video. But overall, in general, guys, this is a really good way to actually test the cars. It's a good way to get around the map, especially for when you get to that point where you don't have a car and you don't have a lot of money. It's going to be very beneficial for you guys. I do hope you guys are enjoying our Cyberpunk 27 coverage. If you are, do me a huge favor, guys. Drop a comment, drop a like, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.